Hey, it's your boy DJ Wolf here. You know, I'm back in the DMV. Over the weekend, I did a surprise set of podcasts by four of them. And the podcasts were mainly about my trip to Virginia Beach, attending the 2018 Funk Fest. It's an annual event that happened in late August. The Funk Fest actually also includes a section of black small businesses called Africana that actually sells different products to black consumers. And it's actually more like a festival and what they call a fair. Not a fair, but like a bazaar or something. Not bazaar, but you know what I mean. But anyway, I was looking Saturday night and Friday night, but definitely Saturday night. Saturday night was when they really packed the house in, and this year they had four of my favorite groups: Slave, Barcades, SOS Band, and Lakeside. No, why? Not necessarily in order. I know Saturday night was actually Lakeside, then SOS Band. Friday night was Slave, then the Barcades. But nevertheless, four of my favorite groups. Among my all-time favorite groups. But Barcades being number one, followed by Lakeside, and a toss-up between SOS and Slave. But they're three of my top all-time favorites. I mean, four of my top all-time favorites. But anyway, I was looking over across the beach where the concert was, and the venue, and all the people in the kiosks where people were buying, the products from. And I noticed one thing. All those people, and many of those people who were consuming, who were buying products at the Funk Fest, one thing I noticed, I was like, wow, all the people that we could pull together and build businesses and build brands and all kinds of stuff, man. I was like, wow. It amazed me. It truly amazed me. I was like, man, this is crazy. This is crazy, And we could build all kinds of stuff with the amount of people that was there. I mean, there were like thousands of people there. Thousands of people there. Thousands upon thousands of people at this venue. And I was like, wow, really? All the people was there. And I was thinking, man, these are the same people who come out and spend that kind of money as consumers are the same people who won't go out there and try and build businesses. I ain't talking about the vendors that were there, because there were several vendors there. But I'm talking about the mass of people who were there. They can invest in some of those vendors, man, and build brands. We talking about thousands of people, at least, maybe at least 30,000 people. I could be selling it short, or maybe overexpanding the number of people, but there were thousands of people there. I've never seen so many black people in my life before. I mean, there were a lot of people there, a lot of black people there. But there were some white people there too. I saw a few white people there who attended as well. But for the type of venue it was, I never seen so many black people in my life in one place. Matter of fact, the last time I did was the Million Man March, which was about 22 years ago. I think that was the only other time I seen that many black people in one gathering. And that was amazing. Except the Million Man March was a much bigger crowd. But nevertheless, I decided to, my wife and I decided to make it our Mecca for next year as well. Matter of fact, we actually were about 5 streets back up. We're 5 blocks up away from the venue, so we had to walk up to her friend's hotel, and actually that's where I got some of the video from. The video footage that you saw is actually from the hotel where they stayed at, and they actually had a good vantage point. And that's actually where we're trying to get. We actually just went ahead and booked our hotel for next year at the same location where they are at. And that way I'll be able to get more video content. I'll probably be able to get more interviews. Because I didn't do any interviews. This year I just wanted to feel my way out. But I think next year I'm going to do actual videos and to include interviews. And hopefully get some interviews with some of the band members of some of my favorite bands. SOS, I think, SOS band, I think, makes this pilgrimage. Because they were there in 2007. I found out as well. So I might try to see if I could, because I'm telling you, I am a big fan of many of their songs. Yeah, I would love to get an interview with those guys. But if I can, I can. If I don't, I don't. But either way, I'm going to try to be able to talk to some people online. And now this time I'm going to bring my camera. I was going to bring my camera this year and do it, but I said, nah. I think I'm going to need an extra day or so to really get into it. So I could actually talk to people directly with my camera and all of that. Because I think this is an important venue. It's actually one of the few big venues that I know of like this. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Funk Fest is a national tour. But I know Virginia Beach is a big tour. It's like the biggest beach venue in the area. Well, I ain't saying really in the region, in this part of the region. Let's put it like that. I don't know of any big venues like that in Ocean City, or Myrtle Beach has stuff like this all the time too. So that's another one. But for us down here, the convenience being just a couple hours away from me, which is phenomenal. I love it. I do go. Actually, I'm going out of state because I'm going from Maryland, Virginia, but I'm just going to the next state 3 hours over, so, which is great, But it's a nice getaway, It was nice to be able to get away for a couple of days just to go with this. I had already did Myrtle Beach for about a week last month and enjoyed that as well, but it wasn't this. This was special for me because it's one of the things that I talked about. And it's businesses helping businesses, You're talking about venues helping other venues. And we even saw it. I even saw witnesses where people were actually helping each other at the venues, and people were, sharing notes and collaborating and stuff like that. It was all love. It was no bullshit, nothing out there like that. It was just all love. And I loved it. I loved every minute of it. Like to do it again, but we will do it again next year. I know that. So we already talked about the venue for next year, which is good. What really got me feeling sick was I heard about another shooting in what they call, and I'm starting to call, ratchet fucking Florida. Yeah, I said it. Florida, I tell you, every time something, man, I don't even know what to say. Every time I hear about a major something that's really messed up, it goes on like that, it always happens in Florida. Florida is the state that's so obsessed with guns. They are. And violence. There was a shooting that happened in Jacksonville at a Madden competition. It was for Madden 19. I was just getting ready to buy the video game about a week or two ago, and I hadn't copped it yet. But it's like, wow, it's the same old shit. And the guy got pissed off because he lost against his competitor and couldn't take it. He acted like a little bitch, and they shot the place. They said he killed a number of people who were there. It's heartbreaking to me, man. You can't. I'm like, what is with this country? I talked about this in another podcast, but I'm like, wow, man. And my suggestion, and I thought about it last night, why don't we just get metal detectors for everywhere we go and stop? And if they don't like it, tell them to go to hell. You know, you ain't coming to this place without being detected by a metal detector. Bottom line, you know. But here's the weird part about it. At a couple of local airports out here, do you know people still take guns to airports with rounds loaded and get stopped with rounds loaded in the guns? Like, are you fucking serious? What's wrong with people? Yeah. And we're not talking about law enforcement necessarily either. But people still carry guns and illegal guns to airports. Yeah. I'm telling you, they still do it. I don't know, man. But I'm thankful for metal detectors, man, just for that long. You know, people don't use common sense anymore, man. But I think metal detectors, man, you know, people talk about the school shootings and all this other stuff. Why is it that they're so anxious to arm teachers with guns, but you're not willing to put a metal detector in them on? Oh, metal detectors harass the children and they don't feel free. How you gonna feel free when you got a fucking bunch of teachers walking around with guns all day? Really? Or that teacher might inadvertently lay the gun inside a desk or something with the desk unlocked. You know, with the rounds. I'm just saying. There's a lot of scenarios about that I don't like. Teachers and then you got teachers that are stressed out at times too. You really want all that bullshit in the classroom? Really? That's the last thing I would want my child to be dealing with, having to deal with. It's bad enough that they're stressed by going to school and dealing with peer pressure and bullies and all this other shit. And then you got to worry about them having to deal with a possible, not theoretically, they may have to deal with an irrational teacher that has a fucking gun in the damn fucking desk. And already has to worry about if they're going to even make it out of school by the end of the day, because they're worried about people coming in and fucking with them. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about, you know. Why can't they just either hire security, competent security that's going to protect our children, instead of just giving teachers guns? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I'm sorry. The last thing you want to do is give a teacher a gun. The teacher should not have to worry about administering classwork, assigning homework, grading papers, and all that shit. And then they got to worry about, oh, did I like my gun in safe? Did I unload the rounds before I put the gun away? All that, anything like that. That's dumb. I'm sorry. That's totally dumb. I don't feel secure about that. And I definitely don't feel secure about that for these kids today. I don't. Not one bit. Not one bit. People don't use common sense when they enact these laws. These legislators, who many of them kids go to private school, they don't give a fuck about your kids. These politicians talk a lot of game about different things, and they really don't care. You know, they like to pacify their constituents, man, all day. Yet the one thing they haven't brought up was putting metal detectors in public places like schools, malls, shopping centers, movie theaters, grocery stores, stuff like that. Oh no, they don't talk about that. Oh, it costs some money. Yeah, of course it's going to cost some money. So what? Everything got a price on it. Everything, literally. You know, And I don't have, like I said again, I don't have a problem with them doing it. I don't. Put the metal detectors up. If that's what it takes to keep people safe in most places, then damn it, do it. Do it. Just do it, man. You know, it may not necessarily stop people from using guns, but at least it'll stop a lot of nonsense that was happening that was happening before. You know, at least people won't be able to go inside most of these public places and do what they did if you have the use of metal detectors in most places. You know, personally, I'd be able, or I would not have a problem paying a little more extra to make sure my family, no matter where they go, is safe. I'd be willing to do that. I'm serious. A lot of people aren't, but I am. You know, I may not think so much of the safety of myself on that by saying that, but I think about the safety of other people, my loved ones. Damn right I do. You know, everybody should feel that way. Everybody don't, unfortunately, but everybody should feel that way. There's no reason why you shouldn't. You should want that kind of protection and want to pay a little extra. Okay, well, they raised my food prices up, or they raised my clothing prices up, or they raised prices up a little bit on cars and stuff like that, just for the added security. I would not have a problem with that. That's what I'm saying. But to arm teachers, no. That's no place for teachers or the like to be doing. Teachers shouldn't have to worry about doing that at all. It's dumb. Or we'll just arm the teachers and call it a day. Oh, so you don't want to spend the money on teachers as it is, but you just get teachers to arm themselves. And now solve the problem of having to hire security to address the issue of school safety when you make it a priority for teachers only. That's BS. I'm sorry. That is complete bullshit. And that's just the laziness of the fucking modern day politicians of 2018. Bottom line, they're lazy as fuck. Did I say lazy as fuck? Yes, I did. They are. They are. Period. This is DJ Wolf. That's all I have to say. And that's the way I feel about it. I just got to get my extra 2 cents in about this. I'm out.